Guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a postpartum must-haves video talking about postpartum, how it might look like, what to expect, and things like that. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. So I will start with this. Postpartum is not a very fun time for most of us. Your body goes through a lot of changes, of hormonal changes, physical changes. You're created and pushed a baby, so give yourself a break. So this video is to open a conversation about what postpartum might look like, but also I would like to speak about what could make your postpartum time easier, what to expect. I did have to push with both my children. I have two children. One is 7 years old, one is a month old today, actually. Very exciting. So of course I'm in the thick of it, so that's why I'm making this video. Postpartum can look differently for everybody, but most go through the same things. One, night sweats. Yeah, that's something that I don't remember having with my first. Maybe I did, but it was a dark period that I don't like thinking about much. But this time around, night sweats are real. I never woke up in like a pool of sweat until now. So just kind of expect that. Not very fun, but something that a lot of us go through. Of course, your emotions are also insane. And again, everybody goes through different stages of emotions. Some are ecstatic coming home and that kind of stays with them. Some are ecstatic and then it's just like downhill from there, and some of us are just in a weird mental and emotional state where we're not very happy, we're confused, our body's going through a lot, we're anxious. I mean, it could vary, but just expect that emotional roller coaster. A lot of doctors speak about postpartum depression. It is a real thing. I did not seek help with my firstborn, but now looking at it, I definitely had postpartum depression with him. I was young, I didn't know what to expect. It kind of hit me all like a train, and I just remember not being a fun time for me. This time around is completely different. So yeah, if you feel down, if you feel baby blues, speak to your doctor. They're asking you about it for a reason. They are there to help you. Now, when it comes to your physical changes, you just birthed this child, so you did put some weight most likely. When you're leaving the hospital, you still look pregnant. Don't expect to be completely back to normal, no belly. That is not the case for most of us. We will look pregnant for a week or two, and even after that you still have a little mom pooch. But the biggest things, of course, if you are breastfeeding, are your breasts, and I just want to prepare you. Yes, your breasts grew when you're pregnant, right? Most likely they are bigger size after pregnancy. When you give birth and when your milk comes in, just expect your breast size to triple. It is not fun. They triple, they are super heavy, they are painful. That will regulate. I just want to let you know right now, that will regulate. It will not stay like that, but when your milk comes in at the beginning, it doesn't know how much your baby needs, so it is an overdrive. You will be leaking milk everywhere. Not a very fun time. And yeah, just keep that in mind. If that is temporary, there will be soreness, there will be nipple soreness as well, but again, it is temporary. Once your body learns how much your baby needs, your breast will adjust. Also, with breastfeeding, you will be hungry still, so that's another thing. Don't expect your hunger to go back to normal or your eating habits to go back to normal pre-pregnancy, because most likely breastfeeding will result into you being more hungry and eating more calories, which is normal. It is what it is. I know we're ready to lose weight, and trust me, I am. I put a lot of weight and I'm not very happy about it, and I'm so ready to lose it. But also I do understand that if I cut my diet, my calorie intake, that will have a negative impact on my milk supply. And my first priority right now is my baby. When it will be my time, it will be my time. We'll get there. If you gave birth naturally, expect a lot of bleeding, depending on how big your baby was, depending on, of course, how long you were pushing. Most likely you will be swollen, you will be sore, you will not be comfortable. Again, keep that in mind. There's many things the hospital gives you to make your experience easier on yourself, but yeah, it will not feel great, and your healing time depends really on many things, but it could be 2 weeks, a month, depending on how bad you tear. So yeah, that's kind of the main things that I went through postpartum, and I'm sure there's many other postpartum symptoms. I mean, we are all different, but that seems to be like the symptoms that most people go through. And now that we spoke about, you know, the symptoms and kind of what we're going through, I would like to talk about some must-have products that helped me and that could potentially help you in making this postpartum experience a little easier on you. Now we will start with our breasts and the products that helped me throughout the entire breastfeeding experience. If you're not breastfeeding, you can skip through this. Again, we did speak about how your breast will grow in size, triple, quadruple in size. What helped me is embracing that and just size up. It's okay. I would recommend getting yourself some loose bras that are not restraining, because again, your breasts are sore. I got a 2-pack for like $15 at Target, and they're these unpadded bras. I usually am a medium. Now this is a large, and honestly I could probably size up even more, but right now my breasts are kind of in that readjustment period, so I'm not buying bigger sizes, but I definitely could have. So this is large. They're very comfortable, they're not tight, they're easy to breastfeed, you know, they have this opening, and they're not that expensive, comfortable. Postpartum, you are going for comfortability more than anything. And plus, you're not going many places, so these are a must. Next, we've spoken about it, but you will be leaking. Your breasts will be leaking. It's just normal. Again, it happens a lot at the beginning because your body still doesn't know how much it should produce, and even throughout the weeks you still could leak a little bit. So what I am doing to help myself this time around, I got a lot of these things, little pads, and they have stickies. You stick them to your breast, not to your breast, to your bra, and they will keep you dry. I sleep with these. I stick them to my pajama top, and that's how I sleep, because you can't control it, and nobody wants to wake up drenched in milk. And that has happened to me my first pregnancy. I didn't know much. I didn't know what to expect. I just woke up one night with my shirt soaked. So yeah, and also when you are breastfeeding your baby, your other breast will be most likely leaking as well. Now I've heard a lot about Haka and how that is great for collecting the letdown. I myself don't have it. I really need to get it because I do have a lot of letdown on the other breast when I'm breastfeeding. So that is on my list of purchasing, but I figured I'll go ahead and let you guys know. I've heard that's a great option to collect your milk. Another thing to take in consideration, that when you start breastfeeding, your nipples will most likely be sore. So there's a lot of nipple creams out there that could help you with the soreness. I had it at my first pregnancy. It was pretty bad, and again, I didn't know, I didn't learn, nobody told me about nipple creams back then. I just went through the pain, rode into the sunset. I remember just having almost like blisters. It felt like there were blisters, and it was not very pleasant. This time around, thank God, I did not have to purchase any nipple cream, nipple butter. I'm not going through the same experience this time, but I definitely wanted to let you guys know that that could happen, and there are many products there that could help your sore nipples. Another thing that will help your breastfeeding journey and your milk supply is definitely a breast pump. Most insurances will pay for a breast pump, so you can order it online for free. You just put in your insurance information. There's specific websites, and I can definitely put it down in the description box below on what websites you could go to. Just input your insurance and get free breast pump. I got the Spectra S2. It's the pink breast pump. Now I wish I got one that doesn't have to plug into the wall. Those are like the ones you could do things with, and you just put them in your bra and they collect the milk. I've seen a lot of TikTok videos, of course, now about those breast pumps. So definitely look into that if you see yourself not having enough time to just sit down and wait 30 minutes to pump. Breast pump helps relieving you from that extra milk, especially at the beginning when you produce just so much more. But also to increase your supply, it's recommended to pump maybe 5 to 10 minutes after you fed your baby, just to encourage your body to make more milk. I would definitely recommend to get that breast pump. Now when it comes to down there are many products that are made to help us through this journey. And of course, most people know about Peri bottles. I never purchased a fancy Peri bottle. This worked for me first time around, and this time around it was fine. This is actually from the hospital. I got 2 from the hospital because I wanted to keep one downstairs and one upstairs. And free. I mean, it's not free, I still paid for it, but take advantage of your hospital. Now when you are at the hospital, they will teach you and show you how to take care of yourself, how to heal faster, and what to do to heal faster. They do have mesh underwear, and I got some from the hospital. In there they make like a little sandwich. They will do these cold packs. Put a cold pack on top of your diaper. Of course, you'll be in a big diaper for a little bit at least. So you'll have a big diaper, you'll have ice pack, then Tucks. Now these are again from hospital. These are witch hazel pads. These are godsend. They just feel so great. So get yourself some Tucks. I wouldn't buy these ice packs because you're not supposed to use them for too long. I would definitely just grab a few from the hospital. Same goes with these huge pads. You will not need these that much longer. The bleeding is heaviest at the beginning and then it slows down. So you'll need a big pad a few days, but not more than that. Purchase Tucks. There's also that Dermoplast itchy spray. I didn't need it this time. My baby was tiny, and for me it was for the most part a very easy delivery compared to my first one. But I do remember my first one. My body went through a lot that first time. So I remember the Dermoplast, the itchy spray. I'll put a picture here or here. Feels awesome. Definitely purchase that. And again, you could definitely wait and just purchase all of those things when you're in the hospital after the delivery, just to see what things you need and what you don't. But the hospital will most likely send you with a spray, so you'll have at least a week's worth once you get home from the hospital. The hospital also has like smaller pads that you will need. Definitely grab a few of these. And then I'm not mad that I got them, but I didn't really need it that much. They're very well known. This Always Discreet. I got the boutique. They look nice. I got the small/medium. Sizes 2 to 14 maximum. I am a medium, but I felt like it was a little tight. So I definitely size up in these, especially if you put a lot of weight. I still use a few. They're fine if you are bleeding a lot. I think this is a great thing because they do hold tight and it holds all that extra stuff in there. But if you're more like me and you bleed only the first 2 days and then it kind of trickles down from there, I would not purchase these. Like you can see, I still have quite a lot of them in here. They weren't cheap. And that's all I'm gonna say about these. What I did use, of course, it's the pads time, right? These were good, the poise pads. I like the long ones. These are the light and long, just when my period started slowing down a lot, but it was still something in there. These were perfect. No fragrance, please. Another thing, of course, always, these are like the unscented, size 3 extra heavy flow. And again, these were for nighttime and sometimes daytime, depends. Other things to help you heal down there is sitz baths. I didn't need one for this baby, but after my first delivery, I sure did need a sitz bath. So the hospital actually gave me a sitz bath. I did take it home, used it a lot. It made me feel much better. So definitely a sitz bath. You're really hurting, get yourself a chair donut. I only recently saw them, almost like a pillow that helps you sit down and not feel as much pressure down there. I remember after my first delivery, I couldn't really sit down. I would only like sit at the edge of the chair because I just couldn't put any pressure on there. It was brutal. If you're going through this similar situation like I did, definitely look into it. Call it, I think, a donut. I'll put a picture of it. I found one from like Frida Mom or Frida Baby. That brand has donut, so just something that could help you feel more comfortable home. That is all. Of course, make sure you drink plenty of water, especially when you're breastfeeding. You'll be thirsty. Keep taking your prenatal vitamins. They're very important. Cut yourself a break. Enjoy this time. Don't stress about getting back to normal, getting your body back to normal. That will come in due time. We all have different seasons of life. Enjoy this season of life. There will be a time where you can focus back on your body. If you have any other things, recommendations that I missed, please comment down below. Let's help each other through these times. If you're still watching, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.